What's up, guys? This is Pedro from Team Franco RC. Today we're going to be doing a do-it-yourself add-on Mudflap bar, as well as attaching a rear spare tire to your rear bumper. This is a do-it-yourself video with some household items around the house, so please keep in mind this is a cheap way of putting some cool customizations to your car without having to go out and spending much money to do so. So stay tuned and let's do this together. Alright guys, for this project you're going to need your basic two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive slash, or whatever other RC you may want. You're going to need two pencils without the erasers or being sharpened, of course. You're going to need some super glue, and that's going to be solely to glue the pencils together. You're going to need your favorite color zip ties, a spare tire, some extra thick zip ties, a pair of angle cutters or dikes, whatever you may want to call them, and some crescent pliers or I guess damaging pliers. I don't even know what these are called. Or something similar to this. But anyways, you're also going to need some Gorilla Tape and electrical tape. Alright, so let me show you what I'm going to do. Alright guys, so the first thing you're going to want to do is measure out your pencil to make sure it's going to be the size of your Mudflap bar. So what I do is I found the best way is to stick it right through the rear bumper of your two-wheel drive slash to the center of it. That gives you a perfect angle for what's going to be your Mudflap bar. After you've glued them, of course, you want to put a little dab of super glue there, glue them together so that way they're nice and tight. What I like to do is I use electrical tape. You can use Gorilla Tape all the way. However, electrical tape is easier to wrap. You may choose the route of painting it, but this also gives it a nice rubber coat. So as you can see, you just want to use your electrical tape and kind of just angle it a little bit and go down the pencil so that way you get it nice and black. Remember, this is a quick do-it-yourself. This is not something you may want to keep permanent, but you may not be able to afford some customizations right now. You're bored at home, want to do something. That was my case. I decided to add some Mudflap bars, and here we are now making a YouTube video so you guys can do it too. So simply add the electrical tape to the two pencils like so. Now you have a nice little ribbed, as I want to call it, a Mudflap bar. After you have done this, you're then going to take your electrical tape and you're going to, for one side, measure out, however long you want your mud flap to be. So what I do is I like to put it right there on the pencil and kind of give me an idea of how much of a mud flap I want and how low I may want the mud flap to be. It seems to me like probably I would want to say I want to do that big of a mud flap bar, and what you want to do is actually wrap it all the way around, as careful as possible. That way you get a nice good attachment. And the other tool that I did not mention that we are going to need to use is a pair of scissors to actually cut the tape nice and even. So now you actually have already one mud flap completed. You can't do them both because you do need to stick the pencil through your back of the bar, but it kind of gives you an idea of where your mud flap's actually going to end up being. And that's sort of what the outcome is going to be. You can make them a little bit longer, wider. What I'm actually going to do with this one is I'm going to take another piece of this Gorilla Tape here, and I'm going to make it a little bit longer, but I'm going to double wrap it. That way it gives it sort of like a rubber feel to it, or a rubber look to it. Remember, the key to this is patience and a good pair of scissors, because this tape is sticky. So like so. Do another wrap around. And now we have a nice thick mud flap. You could then take your scissors and even out your mud flaps so you don't have no straggling strands of the Gorilla Tape. Like so. Not too shabby. I'm going to then imitate it to the other side, and I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, so I went ahead and completed it just so I can go ahead and talk about it with you guys. As you can see, I went ahead and used 3 zip ties, one there, and one in the center. That just holds the pencil, the 2 pencils you can see right in between. It's like the perfect little space. I did the other side of the mud flap. Only thing that you could do is you could take a black Sharpie to color the end of the pencils there if you would like to make them nice and black, or you can cover them with tape. It's very difficult to do so. The spare tire in the rear is really simple. You need 4 small zip ties. One for the bottom, one for the rack. Offset them so that way the tire doesn't spin in the rear, but that's a solid tire. And let's go ahead and put the body on so you can see what it looks like. Alright guys, that's what it looks like with the body and the mud flaps with the spare tire on the rear of the Ford Raptor. Remember, this is a do-it-yourself. Everything is household items. Tape, pencils, electrical tape, zip ties, spare tire, which I'm sure all of you guys will have a spare tire, and it just looks awesome. Didn't spend no money, and it's a great addition to your vehicle if you want to make it look like an off-road Raptor. Leave a like and subscribe in the channel, and always keep doing that RC thing.